Good day, viewers. Today, in this video, we'll be discussing about organic chemistry functional groups. It is the functional groups of organic chemistry. I'll be talking about 9 different groups under organic chemistry. And how can you identify them easily? Very simple. The first one I'll be discussing here are the hydrocarbons. These are organic compounds that contains only carbon and hydrogen. I will not talk much on this video because I've made a very detailed video about hydrocarbons. So you can click up here and watch it, please. You can click the card here. It discusses about the hydrocarbons extensively and you understand it. So let's go to the second one. So the second one is alkanones, generally also known as alcohol. Now, the functional group of these ones are when you have R joining with OH. The presence of this OH is what makes it an alkanol. The presence of the OH is what makes it an alkanol. This R is representing an alkyl group. The alkyl group, which is R, can represent CH3. This is called methyl, or C2H5, which is called ethyl, and it goes on and on and on like that. As I've said, if you watch my video on these hydrocarbons, which you can click here and watch, it will give you more examples and more explanation on how you can name the first 10 carbon of an hydrocarbons. So generally, organic chemistry, when you have different steps, when you have one carbon, it is met. When you have 2 carbon, it is et. 3 carbons, it is pro. So you understand that if you watch the video. So you can click on the video and you come back and watch this extensively. Now let's go on. Now, alcohols, also called alkanones. When you see this OH group joining with any alkyl group, it's an alcohol. Example, when you have CH3OH, because it has one carbon, it is called methanol. It is called methanol. So if you have C2H5OH, because there are 2 carbon here, it is called ethanol, and it goes on and on like that. That's that about the alkanones, generally called alcohols. Let's go to alkanoic acid. How can you identify alkanoic acid, which are generally called carboxylic acid? How can you identify them? You can identify them when you have your R, which is the alkyl group, joining with a carbon, and that carbon is having O and another OH. In the compressed form, they can write it as R going to COOH. So both of them are the same. They are the alkanoic acid. Now, different elements of alkanoic acid can be labeled when there are 2 C's here, COOH, and you have another CH3. It means 1, 2. This is called ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. Pardon, this will be called methanoic acid, please. This is methanoic acid, and this will be ethanoic acid. If the carbon is 3 instead of these 2, if there are 3 there, it will be called propanoic acid, and it goes on and on like that. But because this video is for the identification of the groups, so to identify the groups, whenever you see this, you know it is of the alkanoic acid. Now, let's go to the next one, which is the number 4, aldehyde. Aldehyde are also called the alkanals. How can you identify this? This carboxylic acid, called alkanoic acid, gave birth, look at it here, it gave birth to a lot of functional group under organic chemistry for the organic compounds. How does it form? This OH group can be replaced by hydrogen. To get this, it means it will be R, which is the alkyl group, to C, double bond O. Now, instead of this OH, it can be replaced by hydrogen. Whenever you see this, with this like this, you see this functional group, it is called alkanals, or generally known as aldehyde. It is called alkanals. So let's take some example. When you have, and it can be compressed as RCHO. When you see CHO and this, they are the alkanals. So you want to name them. If you have CHO with only 1 hydrogen, so this is only 1 carbon here. So this is called methanal. It's met because of 1 carbon, Na because of the functional group. If it is CHO and there are two carbons, that is, you still have CH3 here. 1, 2, there are two carbons. So this can be called ethanal. It goes like that. If there are three carbons, it will be called propanal. It goes and on like that. So let's go to the next one, which is number 5. It is called alkanone. They are generally known as ketones. This alkanone, generally known as ketone. Look it up here again. This OH group is what we have to replace again, just like the alkanals. When you replace this OH group with another alkyl group, so you have R to C, and here instead of OH, you now have another R. Let me prime it to show that this R and R are not the same. So how can you now name this? Let's give an example now. If you have C to double O and you have CH3 here, which is methyl, but here you have nothing but just hydrogen, because there is only one carbon. But this one is joined to it. It is a substituent, so the name will be different. So we call it methyl. To finish it up, this is one carbon. Methyl methanone. Methyl methanone. If it happens to be like this, C to double bond, we still have our methyl here, but here we still have CH3. So how many carbons now? 1, 2. Because it is 1, 2, that's the principal. So we start from the substituent. This is methyl. So this one will be called methyl because of this. So 1, 2. 2 means et. Ethanone. Methyl ethanone. Let's go to the number 6. The sixth one is the amide. Amide comes up whenever you replace, instead of having OH here, you have an amine, NH2, and this is called amide because of the presence of this amine. You know, if it is carboxylic, there will be OH here. Instead of OH, you have the NH2, which is the amine. What do we do now? Let's go for an example. If we have this, we have CH3 here, and you have this with the double bond O and NH2. There are two carbons here, 1, 2. 2 means et. So how do we call this one? We call it ethanamide, or we call it ethanamide by the pronunciation. 1, 2. If the carbons are more than that, you have CH2, C to double bond, NH2, and then you have another CH3 to complete it. So you have 1, 2, 3. You have 3 carbons. 3 is pro. So this will be called propanamide. We call propanamide. So that's how to name this and to identify amide. It is whenever you see this NH2 here, replacing OH from our alkanoic acid. Now, alkanoates is another one which is also called ester generally. Alkanoate. Let's look for the functional group of alkanate. How does it look like? It also have an alkyl, C to double bond, just like carboxylic. Now, carboxylic is very, very important. It gave birth to a lot of other functional groups. So instead of what you have OH here, it is now the H. So we have our O. It is now the H instead of OH, the H that is replaced by another alkyl group. It is replaced by another alkyl group, which is like this. So this is the general of alkanate. Let's take some examples from there. So let's say we have C to double bond O, and we have CH3, which is the methyl. So here we also have CH3 joined with this. So if you look at it now, we count 1, 2. So the parent carbon is 2. We now start with this. This is methyl. So we say this is methyl 1, 2. Ethanoate is an ester. Methyl ethanoate. And if you want to know more about this ester, I've made a video on esterification. It taught us how ester can be gotten by reacting some compounds together under organic chemistry. So you can also press here, you can press up here to watch the video so that you can have a very good experience and knowledge about ester and esterification. So you can now come back and finish this. So let's go on, please. This is now ethers. That's number 8, another one, ethers. You are expected to have alkyl group joined with O, joined with another alkyl group. Let me put prime here to show that they are not the same. So let's take for example, if you have CH3, CH2 join with O, and you have CH3. This is the smallest carbon because this is just one. This one is 1, 2. So we start from here. How do we call it? Called mets. Now we now call it methoxyl 1, 2 ethane. That's how we name it. Methoxyl ethane. This is the methyl group with O, methoxyl ethane. Now, if this place happens to be two carbons, it will be ethoxyl ethane. So you start with the smallest one and you name it. Alkyl, we have oxygen and another alkyl group. So let's move over to the last one. Amines is from amino acid, just like the amide. But this one is different because the functional group means alkyl join directly to NH2 and alkyl join directly to NH2. So that is amine. So how do you know amine? Let's take for example, if you have CH3 NH2, this is one carbon. So it is called methylamine. That's how we name it, methylamine. If you have another example, if you have CH3, CH2, NH2, this is 1, 2. There are two carbons. So this is called ethylamine. And it goes on and on like that. By watching this video, if you have watched it thoroughly, I believe you will have understood what we mean and you have understood how to identify different functional group in organic compound, which is under organic chemistry. Now, if you have understood this video and you love it, please subscribe to our channel if you have not done that. Share with your friends, like the video. You can leave your comments down in the comment section. If you have any problem with this, leave the comment down. I will answer you. And if you need another video or this, you did not really understand it, you want us to cover another aspect, please leave your comments in the comment section and I will answer you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.